Hey, what's up? This is A12 bringing you our Week 4 match of the EDC, and this week we're taking on Gunk. Unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties, we are playing on Showdown. Now, this team is very scary just in general. Like, I'm very nervous about his Iron Moth with what I brought, as Iron Moths will be able to slowly whittle down my Snorlax. In terms of leads, I could lead my Rotom, but something tells me he's probably gonna lead the either the Dragapult or the Tinglu. Or he might leave Mienshao if it is Scarfed, especially since he told me he has a Terra Ground Mienshao, so he's running that set specifically to be able to have a way to hit my Pheasantipity. So, with all that rambling, I think I'm just going to lead my Hydrapple, as Hydrapple is good into the Tinglu and it's decent into the Pult. I don't think he's going to go straight for the Dragon move on my Hydrapple, so that is what I'm going to do as he leads Tinglu. Fair enough, fair enough. And I'm going to take this opportunity to set up my Nasty Plot. And if he Stealth Rocks, he Stealth Rocks. Half my team has boots on it, so I'm not too nervous about that. If he goes out into the Corvic Knight, I can fire off the big Terra Electric after the Nasty Plot. So this is like the ideal lead for me, and he'll have to think about this for a while. I'm not too sure what he'll do here, honestly. He might go out into the Iron Moth, but if he is a Booster Energy Iron Moth, he definitely wouldn't go out into it right now, as he would not want to burn it this early. So, he might just set up Stealth Rock and accept Tinglu going down, as Tinglu isn't that necessary for him. Yeah, so he's gonna let Tinglu go down, so I'm just gonna fire off my Giga Drain to get a large chunk off on this, or whatever wants to come in. He brings out the Corvic Knight, I'll just Terra Electric it. And if he brings out the Pult, fine, I'll just Terra and Giga Drain again, probably. Yeah, I think he's in a little bit of trouble right now, as he's gonna have to let something go down to this Hydrapple, as I'm not 100% sure what he can do to get out of not getting a death here. Unless he's like Whirlwind, which is possible. He's Whirlwind, okay, fair enough. So, do I let Rotom get chipped? Yeah, I think I'm fine with letting Rotom get chipped here, as Hydro Pump might take him out depending on his set. Yep, so Tinglu goes down. That is big, and all it did essentially is get Stealth Rocks, which is useless, is because, like, all my team is running boots this week. So Tinglu going down is going to be fairly big for my Pheasantipity, as now his only really decent Pheasantipity check is his Iron Maw, which I'm sure he doesn't want to burn his booster. Am I running Thunder Wave on this? I don't know. I built for this a while ago. I hope I'm running Thunder Wave, because if I am running Thunder Wave, I'll probably try to Thunder Wave the Dragapult if it comes in. I am running Thunder Wave. Perfect. So I'm going to try to Thunder Wave this Dragapult. If he is a substitute, that will be very unfortunate, but I still have the Pheasantipity in the back. So I think that is my play. And with the Dragapult slowed, is it going to be slower than my Hydrapple? It might be. Depends on how much speed he put into this Dragapult. And this being slower than Hydrapple will be very big. It's because after this is slower than Hydrapple, okay. Yep, so this is now going to be slower than my Hydrapple, which is big. Oh no, he's Lum. That's unfortunate. Okay. So I'm just going to go out into my Pheasantipity. It's obvious he's probably going to U-turn into his Mienshao, I'd imagine. But at the same time, I really don't want my Rotom Wash to go down here, as Rotom Wash is still very good for his Corvic Knight and still very good for his Azumarill, as he just goes for darts again. Okay. Got it. Now here, I could fire off the Heat Wave expecting the Corvic Knight to come in, but I'm just going to fire off U-turn. I don't think Dragapult has a way to touch Pheasantipity, so I'd imagine it gets forced out here. And if he goes Corvic Knight, I can Pain Split it, or Volt Switch him. I'm really surprised he brought Lum. I mean, it's fair, because Rotom Thunder Wave is very scary, and I have a lot of potential Thunder Wave users, but we'll see what he does. his play is definitely to go out into either the Corviknight or the Iron Moth. I kind of regret not bringing Nasty Plot on my Pheasantipity, as I would probably plot here, honestly. But it is what it is. I think if he is Booster Moth, he goes out into Corviknight. If he isn't Booster Moth, he'll go out into Moth. As Moth will be able to take any hit this Pheasantipity wants to go for, better than... Oh, okay. Is he Booster? He is not Booster. Good to know. Okay. This screams my set, but I'm still going to make the play. I'm still going to go out into my Mecha Jimmy and fire off the Earthquake. It screams that I'm Okaberry, but I am fine with Mecha Jimmy taking the damage. If he decides to stay in, I don't think he will stay in. I think he's going to go out into Corviknight likely. Which if he does that, I don't know what I'll do from there. If he stays in, fantastic, his Iron Moth goes down. But, okay, yeah, he goes out into Corviknight, fair enough. I fire off my Earthquake. Immune, fine. And here I will... do I fire off Rapid Spin? Yeah, I think that's my play. If he goes Dragapult, he goes Dragapult. Okay. I see his screens. Okay, that is screaming to me that he is a Dragon Dance Dragapult, which is very scary. And actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, I'm going to set my Stealth Rock. It's a little bit risky, but we will see what he does. Damn, okay, that screens is going to be very annoying. So I get Rock, so I get to find out if his Iron Moth is Boots or not. But damn, okay, I need to be very careful about a Dragapult. Like, if he goes Dragapult, even though I know there's a chance he is Fire Blast, I still just have to, I still have to go for the Earthquake in order to try to prevent his Dragon Dance from going off. Especially since, my Snorlax is not running a move to hit Dragapult, which he doesn't know at this point, but, he might play risking that. Mienshao, okay, and he's a Terra Ground Mienshao. So I can't Volt Switch in his face. Do I let Mecha Jimmy go down? How much am I gonna do to this Mienshao? Okay, I'm not gonna be able to kill this one Mienshao, and he's gonna be able to retaliate back with a pretty big hit. Yes. Still, chip on this Mienshao is gonna be really nice. So... even though I'm gonna lose my Mecha Jimmy here, I really want chip on this. As he's Life Orb. Oh, so that's big. So his Mienshao is now out of the way. So that is huge for... Wait, who's that huge for? That's huge for my Hydrapple, because that Mienshao was one of his best ways of dealing with Hydrapple left. So here, I imagine he goes out into Bolt, and he'll probably start setting up Dragon Dances if he has it. And he's probably a Weakness Policy too, now thinking about it. That would make a lot of sense. How do I get out of this? The rest of my team is special, and my Rotom Wash took the sufficient chip so that Darts will be able to kill the next turn. If I go Pheasantipity and I Moonblast, I trigger Weakness Policy, and if I don't get the poison, I lose the game. Oh, this is a brutal situation. I don't know how I don't know how I get out of that Dragapult. Yeah, I think no matter what now, the Dragapult wins. I'm going to play for the Fickle Beam. As he goes Corviknight. Okay, that gives me a chance, honestly. Like, I thought I was completely out of this game, but Corviknight coming in definitely does change things a little bit. Yeah. As that'll waste his screen turns. He's probably gonna U-turn. Who would he U-turn out into? He would U-turn out into Moth. Moth shouldn't be able to one-shot Hydrapple with anything. So I'm gonna fire off my Nasty Plot. As he goes Moth, okay, so that might be a Specs Moth. Do I take it from Specs Moth? It's because he's also Terra Poison. If he's Specs Moth, he one-shots. Ah, this is a brutal situation. Oh no. Because here's the thing, if he isn't Specs Moth, my best play is to stay in Fickle Beam. But he might be Specs. If he Spec Sloth, my Snorlax will be able to take the hit. He Spec Sloth, okay, so switching out was my right play. Now I'm going to fire off Heat Crash in case he brings out Corviknight. As he brings out Corviknight, so it has to take the big Heat Crash, which is big. But I need this, I need the Snorlax healthy in order to take hits from that Iron Moth. Or else I just lose. Here's the thing, if he roosts, Heat Crash is my best play. But he might not roost. Bringing such a slow team is definitely coming to bite me now. Because if he attacks, Iron Moth wins the game if I stay on. So I think my play has to be Rotom Wash in the off chance he attacks, as he doesn't attack. Okay. I'm going to take this opportunity to Pain Split to take myself out of the Dragon Dart range. Could also Thunder Wave. The benefit of Thunder Waving here right now is it will slow down the Corviknight, which could be big for allowing my Snorlax to two-shot it later on in the game. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Thunder Wave, so now it's slower than Snorlax. He goes Moth and he claims a kill. And there's nothing I can do about that. But, yeah, damn. Letting Treads go down was definitely a mistake. Okay, so he goes out this. This automatically brings on my Pheasantipity. Pheasantipity should be able to one-shot this, as I'm running a more offensive Pheasantipity this week. If he U-turns, he U-turns. If he darts, fantastic. If he goes Corviknight, also fine. Okay, so he darts. Now here, I am going to Heat Wave on the Corviknight. As Dragapult, if it's like an offensive set, if it's like a physical set, it won't be able to touch my Pheasantipity with anything, as the only thing it would have to touch it is the... Or he can do that. Which might be Gam. Yeah, I think that's Gam. Yeah, shoot, I should have just Moonblast. As now I'm pretty sure, yeah, now I'm pretty sure the Dragapult's gonna win. I completely blanked on the potential of Psychic Fangs. As he Iron Moths. Okay, that gives me a chance. Not a good chance, but it does indeed give me a chance. So the Iron Moth is taking Chip, and it got the Spit F drop. I have to take a sack here. My sack of choice is going to be... Will it be Pheasantipity? Yes, I'm going to sack Pheasantipity here. As Pheasantipity lives, oh, that was clutch. Okay. Okay, so Pheasantipity lives. Who do I go? Okay, I go Hydrapple, who should be able to take anyone to hit this wants to go for. So I fire off my Terra Blast. As Terra Blast will hit the Corviknight, it'll hit the Azumarill. As he brings out Corviknight, Corviknight goes down. Okay, so that's big. So this end game is very stressful, as unfortunately he has the speed control right now, as he has the Dragapult and the Iron Moth. He doesn't know my Hydrapple set at this point, so there's a chance he might think Iron Moth doesn't kill, which is the ideal situation for me. Ideal situation for me is if he goes Pulse right now. I don't think he will. I think he's going Moth, as I'm pretty sure he knows that I am max speed on my Hydrapple at this point. Yeah, I'm just really trying to think how I can outmaneuver that Moth. As letting my Treads go down ended up being a huge mistake, as I did not expect Specs Terra Poison Moth to come into Tread Snorlax, but it did come, so now I have to deal with it. Pult was the ideal set of plays for me. Yeah, Pult was the ideal. Now I can Fickle Beam this. Dragon Darts isn't going to be able to one-shot me. Yep, as Dragon Darts doesn't one-shot me, Fickle Beam takes him out. But damn, that Moth is gonna be the death of me, I swear. If he's outmaneuvering that Moth, it's gonna be like, it's gonna require some of the craziest plays I've made. So I let him go down. I have to go into Big Bone, and I have to Body Slam. Even though his Azumarill is obvious, I can't risk. So Sludge Bomb, Poison. Iron Moth is down. Okay. Iron Moth being down, I think, is going to seal the situation where Hydrapple endgame is going to win. Even if this is like Belly Drum. As my Hydrapple is max speed, and I don't think he brought max speed Azumarill to this matchup. That was a crazy stressful game. Gunk played that very, very well. Terra Poison, Terra Poison Iron Moth was an excellent bring. But we'll see what he does here. His only hope is to Belly Drum and hope Belly Drum can take out everything. I think he is probably Belly Drum, as if he wasn't Belly Drum, I feel like he probably would have brought this out earlier. Aqua Jet, okay, so he might not be Belly Drum then. So I go Hydrapple and I fire off my Terra Blast. And hopefully that'll take him out, as, yeah, I think this will take him out, as it does take him out. Okay, so we are now 3-0. I'm sorry about not uploading last week. That was crazy stressful, and see you guys next week.